Hi everyone, Casey Mullaney here from CaseyMullaney.com, and today I actually wanted to do a video around a question I got today. So I was specifically asked, how do you not tie your self-worth to your income? And this is particularly in like a negative respect. Like, how do you not, if you're not bringing in what you want or anywhere near what you want, how do you not tie your self-worth into that and the money coming in under your name? So I first started answering this question by going a little bit into time frames where I didn't have any money coming in. So the first thing that came to mind for me, in case you don't know, I do have a background as a registered dietitian, and in order to become a registered dietitian, you have to do this thing called a dietetic internship, which is just like a residency program. So the big key to know here was that I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, and not allowed to hold a paying job. So this means that what was in my bank account was the money that I'd made the summer before. Oh, I see likes, but I can't see names. So that's exciting. The money that I was made the summer before, and also any other money that came in my way, whether it was money my parents sent or just random gifts that I happened to get, things like that. So I did not have an income coming in at all, essentially. And what I did when I was not feeling great was that when I wasn't feeling aligned with the life that I wanted to have, which that was a pretty rough year for me, which I would go into probably another story later with a separate video than this, but essentially it was not an easy year for me, and on top of that I was not having income coming in. So what I would do is not only would I like get dressed to make myself look cute, I had, enough cute clothes. I'd worked at J. Crew before that, like as like one of my jobs that I previously had, so I had plenty of cute clothes. I'd put on a pair of heels, I'd put on makeup, and then I would go walk around Phipps Mall, which if you're not familiar with Atlanta, Phipps is a pretty high-end mall. It has like more designer stores, and there's everything from like Ralph Lauren to Tiffany's, and there's like a higher-end Nordstrom and things like that. And so what I would do was, one, I knew that I wasn't going to go in there and actually spend money because that would be the end of whatever was in my checking account. And two, I would go in there and surround myself with the life I knew I wanted to have. I would go in, the cars that are around there were the cars that I wanted to drive. I would go in, I would see the kind of clothing I wanted to buy, the shoes that I was in love with. I just enveloped myself in this atmosphere just to make my elevation go up, make my mood go up, make my frequency, my vibrations go up, so that then I could attract into my life the things that I wanted, even though it wasn't going to happen right then. Other things that I've done in my life, like I mentioned, getting dressed and showing up is a big thing. When you say you're not really bringing in what you want. And this is especially for people that are self-employed or are not going to an office where they have to actually look presentable every day. It's also a really big deal to get dressed. Like, get dressed, look cute, do whatever you have to do to make yourself feel good, to feel pretty. Like, I don't care if no one is going to see you that day. Put on something cute. Put on something you feel good in. That was something that I learned at an even younger age, was that if you just feel sloppy in whatever you have on, it's not going to elevate your mood. It's not going to make you go up to wherever you want to be. Another thing that I've done is I've looked at, I've loved Coastal Livings for, like, the Coastal Living magazine for like 25 years now, or however long. I think it's been around for 20 years, and I've loved it since then. My grandparents would have them, and I would just stare and look at these gorgeous homes on the coast, and I knew that's where I wanted to be. So I would immerse myself into this environment and know that that was what was coming for me. Now, 20 years ago, I was, not making my own income at all. I was in school and everything else, so this was like obviously projecting forward, but that put me into the mindset, put me into the lifestyle that I knew I was going to lead, and it did not tie me to where I was then. This is not meaning that I wasn't living in the moments that I had, although at that time I definitely still had struggles with that for other reasons. But at the same time, it put me in that higher vibration, that higher mindset to bring me to where I live now, which is in a house at the beach. So, you know, it's so important to keep those higher vibrations up. Even when it's not your current reality, how can you make it your current reality in your mind? This is where things like vision boards, visualizations, all those kind of great things come in. That's part of why, you know, a lot of people meditate or at least sit in silence and feel emotions of how they want to feel. One of the biggest things into bringing in the things that you really want in your life, especially if that's like a higher income in order to afford the things that you want in your life, it's sitting into that emotion, sitting into that feeling. That's how that's how I've managed to elevate my income. That's how I've brought in everything, like literally everything. I could list on for days the things that I have brought into my life. And those, again, that was not like when I was like wanting to manifest these things, and I didn't even know that word existed for a very long time. When I was creating these things, it's not because on paper it looked like it was going to be my reality. It was so much more about putting myself in situations to elevate my thoughts, to elevate, you know, my vibration into what I really wanted. I would watch the Travel Channel and at my grandparents' house, because that was one of the options that they would turn on in the evening. And I would watch it and I would see it as if that was the life I got to live. And like one of the things I do really love is to travel. And I have traveled to so many places, and so many places before the age of like 25, which was incredible just because I knew that was something I wanted in my life, and the opportunities presented itself. Like when I went to Hawaii, I had no intention of going to Hawaii. I think I brought this up before, but not in this detail at all. I knew that was something that I wanted in my life, and I knew that it wasn't something that was necessarily going to happen right that second, but I held this space for it. I allowed for it to be a part of my life. I had like scents around me that smelled like Oahu. I visualized myself being there. I like vacation planned like on my computer. I bought books about Hawaii. I watched movies about Hawaii. Next thing I know, I have an opportunity to go to Hawaii literally for $600. That included my airfare and my hotel. It's because of this miracle occurrence, like truly miracle occurrence that happened for one of my friends, and I got to partake. And it was only because I kept myself surrounded by that and in that energy, and I knew that it was something I wanted and that I was allowed to have and that I deserved to have, and then I just held space for it to happen when it was ready to happen. And it happened so fast. Like from the time frame I was doing all of that stuff and surrounding myself with Hawaii to the time that we booked the trip, I think was less than a month. Like it really was not that much time at all. And I brought that in a time frame where when it looked like my income was not where it would be allowing like a trip to Hawaii. Like it brought that in that time frame. It was incredible. So again, it's just about surrounding yourself by around what you want and getting your vibration higher. And what that does is that then brings in what you want. You never want to focus on your negative situation now. Be grateful for the things you have now. Be grateful for whatever's bringing in your income now. Be grateful for whatever you have surrounding you, your home, food, loving animals, loving people. You want to have that gratitude for those things, but you want to keep your vibration high and keep it up to where it's something that you're allowing to come into your life. And also, again, just going back to the self-worth thing, you never want to tie your worth to anything other than yourself and the love you have for yourself and the love like you feel surrounding you. And that doesn't even have to be from other people. So again, it's just about also sitting into, the feelings you want to have and feeling love for yourself. Now, if any of this is stuff that you are like, this is super new for you, or you're really excited about and you really want to learn more about how to do this yourself, then feel free to message me. We'll set up a time to chat, or you can go on CaseyMullaney.com and either book a session or message me there. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has helped you understand a bit more about how to bring in what you want in your life, how to not attach current income and things like that to what you're actually capable of and your self-worth. And I hope you got something great out of this, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.